Hey guys, welcome back to Mental Health Miss Maddie, and today this is episode 2, and we're going to go over what happens in the first 5 to 10 minutes that you arrive at a psych hospital. Two things to understand: this is my psych hospital and it's COVID, so I'm going to introduce and kind of put in the COVID measures we're taking too, because who knows how long these are going to last. So let's go to the intro. Welcome back to episode 2, and in this episode we're kind of going to go over the papers you sign and what happens within the first 5 to 10 minutes of arriving at a psych hospital, and hopefully that helps you kind of like ease your confusion and your madness and your fear of going to a psych hospital. So let me explain. So this is just based on ours, and I've worked at 2, so it's kind of a mixture between both. So within the first 10 minutes, you're going to arrive either by EMS on a stretcher. EMS will either drive you, where you just walk out of the EMS, or your parents will take you. And 9 out of 10 times, I'm pretty sure most of ours come by stretcher or by EMS, where they just walk in. Because we are high risk, you do usually come from the ER, because the lower risk ones, they do walk in, but usually they're just drop-offs. So if a parent feels like you're in absolute danger and need to be dropped off, they are allowed to just come, say you absolutely need to be checked in, and tell why. And then if we feel like it's a high enough risk, we will take you. If not, I think they'll tell you to go to the ER first to see if you need a lower risk facility, but that's because we are high risk. So you'll come in and you'll just sit down in the waiting room, and then they'll take your fever. They'll have you put a mask on. They'll have you Germ-X your hands. They'll ask you questions like, have you been out of the state? If so, what states? Have you been on vacation? Have you flown? Have you ridden in an Uber? Just stuff like that to protect the hospital in case the COVID breakout does happen. So then you'll sit down and a nurse will then come and talk to you. And usually your parent will be there. Even if you come by EMS, the parent usually has to come and sign consent. The consent is just saying that your parent consents to having you treated. They can advise you and prescribe you medicine. And then the nurse will take you and do an evaluation. Usually in the evaluation, they will ask you questions about your SI or HI or SH and what's going on. They'll do pictures if you have any cuts or bruises or marks on you. A, documentation. B, when you leave or you make an accusation, they want to make sure that you didn't come in with them. It's just safety for you guys and for us and for the other clients. So you'll go up, she'll do your height, weight, and they will just kind of go over everything from a nurse's standpoint and just make sure you're all set and ready to go. Then you'll come up, and that's where you meet us, and we'll be on the unit with wide open arms waiting for you. We'll have you sit down. I'll ask you your size, because at our psych hospital, we do have you guys wear our scrubs. That's because of a lot of reasons. A, high risk, so it's safety. B, we also have a PRTF. So that's where we'll welcome you with wide open arms, and you'll come see me. We'll have you sit down on the couches. Most of our admins come during the day, and I'll just say, hey, can you take a seat on the couch? I'm going to get you ready while the other staff helps you. I tend to like to help check in kids just so I can get a feel of where you're at and how I can help you, because I am core staff, which means I lead a unit. So yeah, I'll check you in, and then I'll think of some ideas to help you and stuff. So then we'll get your scrubs on. Sometimes I let you pick the colors. If we have a lot of colors, it'll be like blue or black or gray or something. So I'll help you. I tend to spend a lot of time on the units. I prefer being on a unit rather than in an office, to be honest. So yeah, we'll help you get checked in. You'll wear either, you'll pick a color scrub or not. The scrubs are actually pretty comfortable. There's been a few occasions where I've had to put them on where I either, a kid peed on me, or I dumped something on me, or a kid AWOL'd and I got sweaty and I changed, and they're actually comfier than ours. They're a little baggier. But think about wearing like loose pajamas. That's really what it is. We'll get you a sports bra, and then I set a container, and it's got a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, underwear, bra, pads if you need it, and little hair ties. And then I'll have you sit down, and I'll just talk to you for a second. I'm going to get to know you. Hey, what's your name? How are you? A lot of kids come in, they don't want to talk to us, but we kind of try to like get them used to it, because we know that they're going to want to interact with kids. And I would say a good 9 out of 10 times the kids come in okay, calm and collective. That 1 out of 10 though come in ready to fight staff. But we'll sit down and we'll do paperwork, and you have a contract for safety, and a contract for safety for others. The contract for safety for you is just, it's your paperwork. It's saying, I promise by signing this that I am going to be safe. And if I'm not, I'm going to tell someone, and most of the time you guys aren't going to tell us, but it's a liability and an expectation from us. The one for others is that you're not going to attack or go after anyone else. Again, 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to be like, hey, I'm going to go beat up that person, so we have to just watch, you guys. But it is, again, an expectation. We'll go over what you can and can't have in your rooms. We don't allow anything in your rooms because we are high risk. However, if you need an extra blanket and you're safe, they're going to give it to you. If you have a stuffed animal you brought from home and can't live without, they're going to let you. We're talking about plastic cups or extra hair ties or extra socks. It's stuff like that they're not going to allow in your room. We'll go over the paperwork, and then you'll write an essay. And it's not really an essay. It looks like an essay, but you'll write 4 to 6 sentences, why you're here, what you could have done to prevent it. And that's just to hold an expectation, too, for when you leave. It's like, oh, yeah, I came here because I was doing X, Y, and Z, and I could have done X, Y, and Z this, or told X, Y, and Z. It's just another expectation thing. Then we're going to go over an inventory, because a lot of our kids are either foster care or LOA, or they come in with big bags thinking they can wear their clothes. We will open the bags, go through everything, and put what you have on. It's not to be nosy, it's actually to make sure no one steals any of your stuff. So that when you leave, you can go through and we've marked off everything that's in there. That way no one takes your stuff, because you never know what's going to happen, and it's just a safety thing. Then I'll take you to the bathroom, or someone will take you to the bathroom. We have a wand. We're going to wand you, because we have had kids bring in blades. And so the wand is going to take it. A lot of kids hide them in their mouths, and so, of course, we go over the face, and we can usually catch it. I've never not caught one. But yeah, and then you'll change, and then you'll join the unit, and that's kind of like the first 10 minutes. Another thing that a lot of psych hospitals, I think they do, I know both of mine did, is that we're going to draw your blood. Reason being is A, chemical levels, and B, they want to see height, weight, how the medicine will affect you. They want to drug test you. If you think you're pregnant, they're definitely going to test you, because if you are, you're going to be on super strict restriction so that you don't get hurt and the baby doesn't get hurt. A lot of times kids are like, if I'm pregnant, do I have to give the baby up? No. We are short term. We are 3 to 7 days. After 7 days, you're free. You'll either go to PRTF or you'll go to foster care, you'll go home. We're not going to damage or ruin or hurt you or the baby. That's your decision on what you do with it after you give birth, but we won't try to persuade you in any way. Actually, it's quite opposite. A lot of times when a kid comes in pregnant, they all vote on the name, and it's actually as weird as it sounds, it draws the girls unit closer, because it gives them a sense of family, I guess you could say. When a kid has come in pregnant in the past, they sit and talk about names, or they sit and talk about what they're going to do with dance classes and this and that, and it's just kind of a nice little community. It's great. I really enjoy it. But yeah, and if you are pregnant, they're not going to put you in holds. They're not going to do, I don't think they'll do IM, which is intermuscular shots in your booty, which they call booty juice, just because, we want to protect you and the baby. But anyway, once we take your stuff and inventory and you join the unit, we'll stick it in a locker, and just lock it till you discharge. It has your name, your birthday, and what unit you are on, and your date of arrival. That way everything's there and ready for you. The nurse will probably pull you aside, after you're on the group for a little bit, and you're going to just, hey, have you taken your meds today? If not, why? You want them? That kind of thing. That all happens within the first 10 minutes. So don't think this is trying to scare you guys, because actually I hope this helps. I hope an inside look will actually help you. So with this series, you're going to get a mixture of things. You're going to get do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, and then breakdowns like this, where I feel like if you're being admitted, the first 10 minutes is scary. You don't know what to expect. You don't know who's there. You don't know how long they've been there. You don't know if they're aggressive. You don't know how to act. And if you've never been, you don't know what you're doing. So there's a breakdown what our first 10 minutes is like, and I hope that helps you, because sometimes, people get violent or mean or aggravated in times of uncertainty. So if I can help you understand what a psych hospital is truly like, then that's one step closer you are to accepting that you need help. So in the comments, leave me pros and cons or what you want to know. I write the scripts out. I've written all the scripts out for all of these, or topics for the next 10 weeks. However, if there's a super popular comment below, or topic, I am more than welcome to, insert that, because I do film these the day before or the week before I release these. So go ahead, tell me your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, I have a lot planned for this series, and I hope you like it. So remember, it might be a bad day, month, or year, but it is not a bad life. I love you guys. Stay strong. I'm here for you.